You know, in business right now, uncertainty feels like it's just part of the deal. And when things get shaky, what's our first instinct? It's to do more, right? But what if the real path forward isn't about more activity, but about getting more clarity? Okay, let's dive in and talk about how to get past all the hype and start solving some real problems.
So, this is the big, frustrating question, isn't it? You're putting in the hours, your team is running at full speed, you're investing in all the latest tools, but that needle, it just isn't moving the way you think it should. This gap between all that effort and the actual results, it's probably one of the most common things we hear from business leaders. It's a huge pain point.
And honestly, this is usually why that gap exists. When we're faced with pressure, when we're not sure what to do next, our default reaction is to just scramble. We start throwing more marketing tactics out there, we buy another piece of software that promises to fix everything, and we schedule even more meetings to talk about it all. But all this does is add more complexity and more noise. It just creates more chaos, not real progress.
Okay, let's look at a perfect example of this that's happening right now. The AI hype trap. I mean, AI is absolutely everywhere, and it's being sold as this magic bullet for everything. But what really happens when you drop a powerful new tool into an already chaotic environment? This right here, this cuts straight through all the noise. The biggest misunderstanding about AI is that it's some kind of standalone solution. It's not. The reality? AI is an amplifier. It just takes whatever you already have, your processes, your data, your strategy, and it hits the gas. It just scales it. And that's where the danger is. See, if your data is a total mess, AI is just going to help you make a bigger mess way faster. If your internal processes are confusing, AI will generate more noise and confusion at a scale you can't even imagine. And if your goals aren't really defined, well, AI is fantastic at creating a whole lot of activity that leads you absolutely nowhere.
So here's the key takeaway. The most effective way to use AI isn't flashy or revolutionary. It's actually kind of boring. It's about being really intentional, carefully planning it out to solve one specific problem inside a system that already works. It's all about containment, not just boundless chaotic experimentation.
Now, let's switch gears a bit, because this exact same more activity trap plays out all the time in another huge area, marketing. You see it especially when the market gets a little shaky. Teams just start throwing everything at the wall, hoping something, anything, will stick. And this insight is so powerful. When your marketing isn't driving the growth you need, the problem usually isn't the specific tactic or the channel. It's not about needing more activity. The real root of the problem is almost always a breakdown in alignment.
So here are the symptoms, and I want you to ask yourself, does any of this sound familiar? You've got a marketing strategy that feels totally disconnected from what the business actually needs to accomplish. Your social media team, your email team, your sales team, they're all off doing their own thing. You've got vendors working hard, but nobody's given them a shared playbook. And you get tons of reports, all this data, but no one is actually translating it into smart decisions. That, right there, is what misalignment looks like.
So if the problem with both AI and marketing is this lack of structure, then what's the solution? Well, it's about a shift in mindset. It's about getting away from just chasing tactics and tools, and instead focusing on building a solid, coherent system first. This is the antidote to all that chaos we were talking about. Systems thinking is really just the discipline of doing the foundational work first. It just means you stop, you take a breath, and you get crystal clear on what you're trying to achieve, and you map out how you're going to get there before you even start talking about a specific tool or a new hire or the next big marketing campaign. And hey, this isn't some vague idea. There's a really practical framework for it. First, you clarify what the real priorities are, so the team stops chasing every shiny object. Second, you get everyone on the same page, marketing, sales, leadership, all aligned around the same goals. Third, you integrate all the moving parts and actually oversee the execution so you know everyone is pulling in the same direction. And finally, you build a process to turn all that raw data into actual smart decisions.
Okay, let's bring this all home. Whether we're talking about rolling out a complex AI system or leading a marketing team through a tough time, the deep down challenge and the solution is exactly the same. You see, it's one single philosophy that drives success in both of these worlds. It doesn't matter if the project is super technical or purely strategic. The essential first step is always to build the system, create the alignment, and get that clarity. The tools, the tactics, all that stuff comes later.
And this is the real payoff. This is what you get. When you switch from that frantic activity mindset to a systems mindset, all that chaotic energy just fades away. And it's replaced by something so much better. Calm, confident decision-making,
a clear direction that everybody understands, and just steady, predictable progress towards your goals.
So, I'll just leave you with this one question to think about for your own business. Take a really honest look at your teams, your projects, your goals. Are you running on the chaotic fuel of just more activity? Or are you powered by the focused, sustainable energy of true alignment? Because the answer to that question makes all the difference in the world.